This is RV Dream New Radio. We're at Saddle Mountain Ranch in Carmel Valley, and we have two friends that have been next door to us for the past 3 days, something like that. It is
Wouter Smith
and
Finnie.
Vinny, and something wonderful has happened to you guys while you've been here. Speaking of names, tell me the big news here.
Well, I have I've proposed to my girlfriend yesterday, and we are getting married next year.
And you said yes?
I said yes.
You said yes. So you guys, first of all, before I get ahead of myself, you're from Holland.
Yes, we are.
But you live in London.
Yes.
And you've known each other for a long time.
Yeah, we do. How long, actually?
Well, we are together for about 11 years.
About 11 years. So, boy, isn't that kind of hurrying things a little bit here? After only 11 years, you're going to propose to her?
That's exactly what my mom said when I called her and told her about it.
I'll bet so. But they had to be excited about the news over there.
It was a bit early, but I was being pushed in the corner.
Oh, the pressure was on. Yeah, I can dig it.
From my dad, right?
Right. Well, I'm glad you finally broke down and did it there, Wouter. So you guys went to lunch at one of my favorite restaurants. I think it's the most beautiful restaurant in the world, at Rocky Point.
Yes.
Rocky Point Restaurant. And then tell me the details of the proposal, because people will want to know that.
We were sitting there. First of all, I was gobsmacked by the view. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And we ordered really good food. And then Wouter was gone for ages, and I had to enjoy the view by myself for a long time. And
Not a bad place to be by yourself,
No, not at all. And I didn't even want to read my book. I was just watching the view. It was gorgeous.
Did it occur to you he might have just left and that was it?
I don't know. I thought, I made a joke when he came back. I said, well, maybe, he had this excuse that he had to go to the toilet. And I said, well, I don't know, this is the place to be proposed to. So maybe you were just nervous, but I didn't know anything.
You told him that?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
No pushing.
That's great.
But yeah.
And then?
And then what happened?
What actually happened is that I went to one of the staff and asked to buy a bottle of champagne. And then, really sneaky, I walked back to the car, put it back in the fridge in the camper van, the one just behind us. And then when we got to the next beats, I again, had to be a little bit sneaky, cut the bottle of champagne, put it in the bag, and then we walked on the beats, walked to a place where there was no one else, and then I went on my knees, proposed, and
we got all emotional.
I was very, very happy to hear that the answer was yes. And then I pulled the bottle of champagne from the bag, and that was like another surprise.
And then a flock of 30 birds flew over, and it was just amazing.
Yeah. It was perfect.
The pelicans came over. Isn't that great? Perfection, right?
It was perfection, and it was on the beach that you mentioned the day before.
Garrapada,
yeah.
Right, perfect. The Big Sur coast, any place would have been a gorgeous place to do that too. So you are in media. Wouter, tell us a little bit about what you do.
I'm in digital production. So my company is actually the biggest digital creative production company on the planet, and we produce basically everything that has a digital element to it, from VR to games to websites to mobile apps. And I'm the EP, so I'm overseeing a team of producers and developers and technical directors. So that is essentially my job.
We had a joke, by the way, here, because I asked you, I don't know what an EP is, and you said executive producer, and we were laughing because here at New Radio we only have P's. We do everything, so
exactly.
we have no EPs. That's why I didn't know what it was. I thought there were only P's in the world. And Vinny, you work too. What do? You're a psychologist?
Yeah, psychologist from background, but I gave up practicing because I wanted to basically make a bigger impact than I did in my practice one-on-one. And I'm also sort of in technology. I'm working with an EL platform through which we can offer people mental health support wherever they are. And we do that in hospitals across the UK. And then people can actually basically access care and see their therapist in their own environment. And that way we try to improve healthcare.
And you use video and live video and that sort of
Games,
thing to be able to do that.
And we work with people to create these videos, so real people.
All over England.
Yeah.
Right. And so the both of you are in a very creative area
yes.
too, right?
Yeah.
And so the future is very bright for what you're going to be doing in the future, you
Hopefully.
think. So this is your camping is not a new thing to you, you told me. You guys go to Italy and various other places. But here, have you ever been to the U.S. before? Is this your first trip?
No, I've been to New York, stayed there for about 8 weeks.
New York is not the U.S., by the way. It's not like any other part of the U.S.
Well, I secretly like New York, but that's
Right.
yeah.
And I've been to Austin twice for South by Southwest.
All right. And how about
Yeah,
you,
but
Vinny?
for me, it was just New York after a world trip and a stopover in LA, but never really got to see it. So this is the first time real US for me.
So you flew into San Francisco, and this is an escape van.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we escaped.
And how has that been for you, traveling in the van?
I love it.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. It's a bit small maybe, but it's
Oh,
actually...
that's just when the rain comes down in Sequoia.
Oh, when it's raining,
and,
you're kind of stuck inside.
Exactly, yeah.
Right. And so you got into San Francisco, so you didn't just come to Monterey and stay. You've been various other places.
We stayed in Monterey for the longest time because we wanted to relax. And the people are so friendly here. But we started in San Francisco and then drove up to Napa, tasted some wine there, then went on to Yosemite, which was a bit foggy and rainy, but it was gorgeous and mystic. And then we drove to Sequoia.
Where we had the black bear on the fan.
A bear paw, which was terrifying.
Oh, really?
And then we went to around the Sierra Nevada to around. We saw Bakersfield, and we went to
Lone Pine first, then we went to Death Valley.
camped in the middle of the desert, which was an experience.
Yeah, and then we went to Las Vegas.
One night.
One night we went to Boulder City, stayed there for 2
Yeah,
nights.
it was amazing. Yeah.
And we visited, of course, the Hoover Dam. And then after that, we drove up to LA, where we stayed for 2 nights.
Tipped one toe in Arizona on the other side of the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, we went to Carmel.
Yeah.
Right. So you said this has been the best spot?
Yes. For me, it
I
is.
would say it definitely is the most relaxed spot where you can like chill out. It's the best campsite by a stretch as well. Yeah, obviously, like we've seen Los Lobos today, which is amazing. We've done the 17-mile drive, which was absolutely incredible as well. I would say this is the best place, like especially if you want to enjoy your holiday.
Did you stop at the lodge when you were on the 17-mile drive?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we did. No, we
Yeah.
did.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I went there to the toilet actually.
Yeah, the beautiful lodge there, and so you enjoyed 17-mile drive.
Oh, it's
Yeah, yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
And the white beaches. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
gorgeous.
the beaches are
Yeah.
incredible.
And all the birds, they run into the sea. And I think they're just trying to catch crabs, but they just run into it and then
The
they run out
sandpipers.
again. Yeah, it's
the
hilarious to
sandpipers.
watch.
Yeah, they're great to watch.
Yeah.
I think sandpipers are my favorite bird
Run
in
in
the
and
world.
out. Yeah, it's amazing.
That's how they're in and out with the
Yeah.
wind. And so here at Saddle Mountain Ranch, you've been here for 3 nights, we said.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how has Saddle Mountain Ranch been for you?
It's just, for me, it's like a boutique hotel, but then you sleep outside, so it's gorgeous. The view, I mean, we've got good conversations, which is always really important. And for me, it's just a little piece of heaven.
The swimming pool is the best we've seen so far.
Yeah, you really
yeah.
took advantage of the swimming pool.
We did, yeah.
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 But it is like being in a luxury hotel with that pool
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
It was a very active holiday, except for like these last few days.
Yeah, it felt like a little bit of a pre-honeymoon or something.
Yeah. And we
Oh, they have pre-honeymoons now? Who
Yeah.
knew that they had that? So, successful trip, no
Oh,
doubt.
most definitely.
Very successful.
One you'll remember forever.
Yeah. Yes.
Definitely.
And we'll
And
come
now-
back.
And you'll come back.
Yeah, in 11 years, exactly. Because we've been together for 11 years. So we need to come back. In
11 years. Let's see. I hope I'm here.
You should be.
And now you go to San Francisco, and you'll stay in a hotel in
Yeah.
Union Square.
Yeah.
You said.
Yeah.
And
We
kind
have-
of see the city. a bit.
We have to, because we have to return the fan tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so we need to be in between brick walls again.
We were actually planning to stay on the campsite just outside San Francisco.
Oh yeah,
just near to
Kirby campground.
next to the Brits, like
Yeah.
the famous Brits.
It's supposed to be amazing
But then we decided to stay here for another night.
because we
Oh,
like
yeah.
Saddleback Ranch more.
Good.
Yeah, we
Well,
like this better.
We're really glad you did. It's so nice to meet you guys, and we want to keep up with your future and what you're going to
thank you.
accomplish at the same time, and all your other camping trips that you're going to be taking too. Wouter and Finnie, thank you very much for talking to us on RV Dream New Radio.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Bob.
you.